Hello world, I'm an average Joe and I play games. And unless if you've been living under a rock, today the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare multiplayer reveal happened. And I tuned into it over my lunch break, and I had a couple of things that I was really excited about and a couple of things that I'm really nervous about. So I figured that I would make a video for the 3 of you that subscribe to my channel and actually watch my videos to hear what my thoughts are on what we know so far about Advanced Warfare. And since there's only 3 of you that watch my channel, I figured I'd do 3 things that I am really excited about, 3 things that I think are going to turn out badly, 3 things I'm unimpressed with, and 3 things that we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So 4 sets of 3. So let's get into it. So 3 things that I'm really excited about. So the first thing that I'm really excited about is the customizable options. Customizable? I don't know. The customization options. I am really super excited about the Pick 13 system, some of the attachments that you can put onto the score streaks. We'll kind of wait and see. It just looks like a way to make these score streaks feel have the breadth of score streaks that we normally have, but just in a smaller space is what it kind of felt like. But definitely like being able to give up score streaks to get more points for your class. I think that's a really good thing, and we'll definitely be making some custom class setup videos once Advanced Warfare drops. The second thing that I am really excited about is Hardpoint. I love me some Hardpoint. Loved it in Black Ops 2. Played it a ton. It tanked my KD because of it, but I don't care. You guys know I don't care about KD. Mine sucks anyways. So I'm really looking forward to the return of Hardpoint. The third thing that I'm really excited about for in Advanced Warfare is the time-based care packages that drop. So during the multiplayer reveal, they talked about how if you play the game for a certain amount, that you will get these care packages that'll drop specifically for you. And I think that this is a really good idea, because the average skill level of the Call of Duty player has increased year over year. You guys watch channels like mine and the bigger YouTubers that are all about increasing your skill level and tips and tricks and in depth and all these different videos to increase your skill level as a Call of Duty player. So the average skill level is quite high compared to a couple of years ago. And what that does is that raises the barrier to entry. So newer players to the franchise, they come in and they just get wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. At the end of the day, Call of Duty is a zero-sum game. Somebody wins a gunfight, somebody loses a gunfight. So that means for every person that has a 2.0 KD, there's somebody that has a 0.5 KD. Because in order to get that 2.0 KD, somebody else had to die more than they killed. And so that experience really can turn people off of the franchise. Personal story, I had a buddy that I talked into to buying Ghosts, and and he's been playing. He's played through his first Prestige, and still has struggles with the game. We'll get on, we'll game. He'll still go 5 and 20, 5 and 25, something like that. And I know the argument, that he has to grind it out, get better at the game, but he has to have fun doing it. If he doesn't have fun playing the game, and if there's not little things for him to maintain his attention, then he's never going to stick with it long enough to increase his skill, and that is bad for the franchise. So I think it's a great idea for them to it has to be balanced, right? That was one of the complaints of Titanfall. Everybody got in a Titan, it's kind of a communist Titan. Everybody gets a Titan. Titans for everyone. So it has to be balanced. It can't be too often or too overpowered, but just a little something for players that are newer to the franchise that may not have the same skill level that you or I do. And what am I kidding? You guys are much better at this than I am. To give them a little something that keeps them engaged, keeps them coming back for more and more until they increase their skill level.
And since we're talking about new players, let's switch gears and let's talk about the 3 things that I think are going to backfire and be bad in Advanced Warfare. So the first thing is around skill gap, and this is specifically related to the exosuit movement. I think that the exosuit movement will increase that barrier to entry for the new player. I remember back in the day, the Halo 2 days, when my brother played Halo 2 quite a bit, and I did not. I was actually in undergrad at the time and did not play video games very much. And I remember trying to play Halo 2 and just being demolished with that energy blade double jump. I mean, he would jump up into the air, and I wouldn't even see him. I was still figuring out how to walk and move around and stuff. And out of nowhere, he would just energy blade me to death, and I got frustrated and just stopped playing. And I'm afraid that the advanced movement abilities is going to have a similar effect on newer players to the franchise. The second thing that I am very nervous about that is going to backfire in Advanced Warfare is Danger Close. WTF, why did they include Danger Close in this game? Every game that Danger Close has been in, it has been a pain in the royal hindquarters and a bad idea. The only thing that I can, hope for is that, because this is a 3-year development cycle, that they were already too far into it to back it out when they saw how much people hated Danger Close in Ghosts, and that, they had made the decision early on, hey, let's include Danger Close. And then by the time that they saw the feedback from Danger Ward in Ghosts, or Danger Close in Ghosts, that it was too far into the development cycle to back it out. That's what I'm hoping, but it's not going to. They better really work on balancing it and making Flak Jacket more powerful than it has been in past games, or I will be annoyed at Danger Close for another Call of Duty cycle. And the third thing that I think is going to end up backfiring is the co-op score streaks. So I don't know if you noticed, if you guys saw the clip where they demoed the co-op score streaks, and you noticed that the second player that joined it was like a VTOL worship type score streak, actually stole kills from the first player, because the first player was on the machine guns, and the second player was on the rocket launchers, and he was stealing kills from the machine gunner. And I don't know about you, but if I worked my tail off to get this super awesome score streak, I don't want some noob joining my score streak and stealing kills from me. Noob's going to have a lot of fun, but it's going to take away my incentive to really work hard and to earn that. So I think that's going to end up backfiring. So some things I was actually unimpressed with the multiplayer reveal is, let's start with the exo movement. I was not particularly impressed with the exo movement, primarily because of the way that these multiplayer reveals work. The footage that you saw in the multiplayer reveal is not indicative of how the game is actually going to play out. Even when they, Drifter and T. Martin and Cross and all these, bigger YouTubers that got a chance to play the multiplayer game, it's still not going to be how the game actually looks and feels, because they don't have, hours and hours and hours refining their exo movement abilities. They're still figuring it out. And in the multiplayer reveal trailer, it's not indicative of it, because if you notice, the only person in the trailer using the exo abilities is the character that is in the trailer. None of the other players are really using the dash jump and the boost and the slide and all this stuff to avoid him, because they want to show this awesome 15 kills kill streak or something like that in the trailer, just to make it seem badass. And so I'm not particularly impressed with the exo abilities yet. I think that after it comes out, it'll just be kind of a natural addition to the game, much like dolphin diving or sliding was. I think it'll be a little bit more of an adjustment period, but I think that it'll be end up being pretty smooth and just become part of Call of Duty movement from here on out. Another thing I'm unimpressed with is the soldier appearance customizations. Kind of cool, but I don't really care about what my soldier looks like. I think that it's a long time coming, and I actually predicted it back before Black Ops 2 came out. I said that they needed to do this. I wasn't doing YouTube at the time, so nobody heard me say that, but trust me, I said that they should do customized soldier appearances. So they started in Ghost. Looks like they're increasing it in Advanced Warfare, but again, not really something that I care a lot about. Ain't nobody got time to worry about your appearances. And it's early to worry about your appearance. And then the third thing that I was unimpressed with was the exosuit abilities, and that's primarily so that's the cloak and the rocket launcher on your wrist and stuff like that, because primarily they were replacements for existing equipment. So instead of having a riot shield that you run around with, now you can put it on your exosuit. Instead of having a trophy system that you take some equipment slot, it takes up your exosuit slot. And even the cloaking, I think it will add somewhat of an extra dimension, but I think it'll be one of those things that players will very quickly adapt to. There's still kind of the visual distortion from the where the cloaked player is. It doesn't protect you against grenades or concussions or anything like that. At least I haven't heard that it does. And so I think it will become one of those things that players use to get out of trouble or to mainly call on score streaks. So you saw that in the reveal where they activated the cloak, so then they could call on their score streak, which I thought was a pretty good idea. And based on the reveal, it doesn't look like the charge on the cloak is going to be long enough for a corner camper to really use the cloak very often. So I think that's definitely a balancing factor. So a couple of things that I think we'll just have to wait and see on. I've seen a lot of chatter on these things. So that new game mode, that looks like the little basketball, soccer game mode type thing. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. A lot of people were fired up for Blitz, but then back before Ghosts came out. But then, when Blitz came out, it ended up just being a mode where everyone's spawn trapped. And then, everyone was excited for Cranked for the first couple of weeks, and then basically everyone stopped playing Cranked when they realized that, games only last 3 minutes. So, we'll have to wait and see on the game. The new game mode looked interesting, but it looked like it was a mode that you really had to have a full party to really enjoy. Playing that mode solo, and as you know, I'm a solo player, doesn't really look like something that would work out. I know I would get frustrated if I was trying to advance the ball towards the enemy goal and I was the only one doing that. So we'll wait and see. Another example of, in my opinion, it's another example of Activision hating solo players like myself. That's another discussion for another day. Map design, map design was a big conversation once Ghosts came out. We'll just have to wait and see, play the maps, see how they feel. I have not watched a lot of the extra gameplay. I've just seen what's in the reveal trailer. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. And then the other one is time to kill. I've seen some YouTubers tweet out that the time to kill is slightly longer than Ghosts, but it's still pretty quick. Which, personally, I don't really care what the time to kill is. I just want a smooth feeling game. I don't want there to be this garbage Black Ops 2 hit detection where you have to unload half a clip into a guy before the game finally decides to realize that you're shooting a guy. I want a smooth feeling game that has good hit detection. I loved Ghosts for that, and just based on looking at some of the gameplay that T. Martin put up, I was trying to count hit markers, and I think I counted 4 hit markers on average for kills. So I could be wrong there, but if it is, Ghost is a 3. Usually you get 3 hit markers before you get a kill. If in Advanced Warfare, if it's 4, that will be slightly longer. But my primary concern with the longer time to kill would be quick scoping. So in Black Ops 2, you had a longer time to kill, and actually that made a quick scoper can kill you faster with their sniper rifle quick scoping you than an SMG or an assault rifle user can kill you by shooting regular bullets into you, which is a very big problem. I've done other videos on quickscoping on my channel. Be sure to go and look those up. It unbalances the game, and that would be very bad for Advanced Warfare. So there's my list of the 3 things that I got excited about in the reveal trailer, the 3 things that I thought were bad, the 3 things I was unimpressed with, and the 3 things we'll have to wait and see on. But I don't want to leave you guys here. There's one other thing that I wanted to mention that overall I think is going to be a great addition to the franchise, and that is having a 3rd development studio. So I don't know if you caught it during the reveal, but a couple of times they poked fun and were sure to point out ways that they set themselves apart from their competition, from where Sledgehammer was different than Infinity Ward, and where Sledgehammer is different than Treyarch. So, they were talking about the Pick 10 system, and they kind of talked disparagingly that, well, you've seen Pick 10 before. We have Pick 13, and here's all the ways that is better than Pick 10. And a lot of that was marketing, but, Treyarch watched that as well, and they're going to set up and they're going to take notice, and next year when we have Black Ops 3 or whatever Treyarch game we have next year, that they're going to find ways to improve on what Sledgehammer did. And Infinity Ward, the exact same thing. They were poking fun at Infinity Ward, talking about the slide mechanism, and that, oh no, you've seen slide before, we have a better slide. And Infinity Ward watched that as well, and they're going to work on improving their game in 2 years. So I think that level of a healthy competition, and it was done respectfully, they weren't bashing on each other, trying to tear each other down, but that level of healthy competition is really going to be good for the franchise, because it ensures that the game stays fresh, it stays innovative, and that we have the best possible Call of Duty year in, year out. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed my Advanced Warfare reveal thoughts, and be sure to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss any of the upcoming videos that I have. So, all right, thanks guys. Leave a comment in the comment box down below, because I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Advanced Warfare. All right, we'll see you guys in the next game.